have you got to give to me? What I don't really give myself. You are driven by the finer things. I see more than materials and wealth.
Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Illuminated DiiSCLAIMER. Sydney here, and I hope you're doing very well. Now, as I said in previous episodes, I am taking a step back from just editing my videos, trying to, zoom in and trying to get like the entertainment factor from each video and just becoming more raw like my older content, because I feel like this relates to me more, and I'd rather bring out content to you instead of just trying to do something semi-impressive and giving you less content as a result. Today I want to talk about a profound vision I had, and it came to me in a dream, and it was about a conveyor belt. Now, hopefully all of you know conveyor belts, especially if you have been abroad. You know, those pesky things which carries your suitcases and you're waiting 35 minutes to 45 minutes for your luggage to come out. By that point, it's just like someone punched your your suitcase for a while. But anyways, I'm digressing. I want to talk about the conveyor belt of life. Now, one thing I've learned recently through my dreams and visions is that life is just a compound of various cycles that we get ourselves into. And imagine this: you do meditation and suddenly you're transported to this world, and what you've realized is that you're moving in one direction against your own will. Now, you have realized that you look down and there is a conveyor belt, and this conveyor belt is going to the left and it's going to the right. It's going in various directions. And the interesting thing is, you look around and there's millions of different conveyor belts that you move onto. Now, you have control, but in order for you to have that control, you try to move, but you don't get the timings right, so you don't go the direction that you want. So you kind of just sit there, just letting the currents and waves take you to a destination. That's when you ask yourself, where is this destination I'm heading to? And you look up, you look to the sky, and in the far distance ahead of you, you see multiple forms of you, larger than life. And you say to yourself, which one of these represents who I want to be the most? There's one of you who wears radical clothing. There's one of you who is quite confident. There's one of you who is addicted to drugs. There's one of you who is lonely. There's one of you who has a high-flying job. And you see all these versions of you in a far distance, and you think to yourself, which one do I want to be at the end of this journey which I'm traveling? And you kind of hone in to one of these versions of you which you think encapsulates the person who you deserve to be. But what is the word deserve if you're not ready to work for it, right? So you spend the next few days traveling, just thinking, how can I get in the other direction? Whenever I try to move, I'm going in opposite directions. And that's where you learn the key term for you to get towards the person who you truly want to be, is acceptance. So you realize that these conveyor belts is just not a conveyor belt taking you random directions. It's a conveyor belt shaped by your innermost thoughts, desires, and beliefs. Now, if you want to go towards the person who you deserve to be, you need to realize that each conveyor belt which you keep on going on to is in fact a cycle that you've been sometimes brainwashed, sometimes led to believe, sometimes accepted in its own right. When it comes to your life, each different conveyor belt represents a part of you which is taken by your environment, your life choices, the repercussions of your actions, family, friends, jobs, so on and so forth. If you go home and you decide to have a glass of wine, that is a cycle. If you decide that you see somebody you don't like and you start saying horrible things about this person to your friend, that is a cycle. If you keep on getting back with your ex and splitting up with them and then getting back with your ex again, that is a cycle. In fact, almost all of our life is predated on various cycles which create us. It's the building blocks of life. And just in the same way that blood goes through your body in an endless cycle, so does your mindset, so does your perception of your life. And in order for you to truly move towards the person who you desire to be, you need to cut some cycles. You need to master your own destiny by actively choosing which cycles you want to be engaged with and which ones you want to shed for good. Now, it's about different things which I won't get into in this episode, but entirely and ultimately you need to decide for yourself which cycles serve you and which cycles don't. Next time you go to the pub, are you going to drink yourself to oblivion? Are you going to get back with that person who you know is not going to work with? Are you going to have the same old arguments with the people who you love the most? Are you always going to react with anger instead of any other emotion? Are you going to contemplate changing a significant aspect of your life, like your job or moving countries, but don't actually press your finger on that buy button that could make your life completely different? We are trapped in these cycles unless we overcome them by controlling them and owning them. So the conveyor belt of life has to end in one way, and that's by you having this acceptance and making sure you understand the controls to your own destiny. If your desired outcome is far to the right and you're moving to the left, then you must take those controls by your hands and you must learn the system which you have programmed yourself to be in. And you need to actively move to the right as much as you can, otherwise you end up in a different timeline, in a result and an outcome which doesn't really effectively utilize who you truly want to be as an individual. So the choice is yours, viewer. Where are you going to lead your journey? Where is your conveyor belt going to take you? And if you can make a change, then what's stopping you? Thank you for being with me in this episode of Illuminated Disclaimer. I've been Sydney, and yeah, I feel like I'm going to be spending more time just talking about these profound journeys. I walk a lot, you see, and I don't really record as much as I should. I should have tripled the episodes right now with all the talking I do. I do so much inner work, and yeah, I'm just going to be writing down more notes and just doing like 5 to 10 minute episodes like I've done now, unediting them, and then when I get to a point where I can do more editing, then I'll do the editing. Anyways, till the next episode, thank you so much for listening. Take care of yourselves, and as always, keep on letting the light illuminate your path. Take care now.